Hey, what's going on, guys? DJS here. I wanted to show you guys basically proof that you cannot do the Richtofen Easter egg solo as well as the other one. I wish you could. Really wish they could have made it so it would have been enabled, but for some reason you can't do it. And the part that you get stuck on is not the part that I thought you would have, which is the firing range area. It's the time machine part. And so what I ended up doing is right before I did this part right here and just hitting these signs and stuff, I threw down the time machine part on top of the bench to see if that would help. And then I ended up getting the Wisp to get there, and I think I hit the time machine after I collected the souls on it, and then the Wisp and the little balls of whatever the little orb things were around it still. So I was kind of confused. I was like, well, does this mean that you have to throw down the time machine at a different time? Because in the other version, in the Maxis version, you have to throw down the time machine before you do this part with the Wisp, because then you have to do it twice, right? Well, in the Richtofen side, you don't have to do it twice. You just have to use the time machine to go in an infinity mode. But the problem is you cannot get in infinity mode when you actually do this. Now, this part was actually pretty easy. It took me a couple tries because I've noticed those 3 different paths that the ball of or the little orb or whatever takes. And this is the easiest one that I found to get this. And I've done this actually twice. I've done this with the Samuel character, and then this time I'm not Samuel, and you can still do the steps even though you can't hear Richtofen. But I've done it with Samuel and as well, so I don't know. Unless you guys have been able to successfully do this and I did something wrong, let me know with this time machine part. But you can see the time machine is on it, and I collect all of the orbs around it. Then I hit the time machine. I would have expected to go into infinity mode. And then some people are going to say, well, you shouldn't have thrown down the time machine yet. You were supposed to collect the orbs first, then throw the time machine on, then do it. And what I'll show you is myself doing that then as well. So you can see right here the orb is filling up, and then I'm going to do the time machine once, and then I'll try to do the time machine again afterwards. After we end up doing this and I use it one time. So it's kind of sad that you can't do this part solo, but I guess it makes sense because you're supposed to go around and scavenge bodies around the map, and there's only one body. There's mine. There's not the teammates' bodies. So if you guys are not familiar with the Easter egg, if you guys would like, I know it's late to the party, but I could still try to post a full Easter egg. I just haven't done it yet because I haven't played it with the squad. But I know all of the steps, I just haven't made it happen. I was just trying to test my theory to see if it's possible to do it solo. I did the same thing for the Maxis side, and unfortunately you just can't, there's some parts of it you just can't do. Which would have been cool. Again, my point being is like the Call of the Dead Easter egg back in the day. That's my very first like Easter egg tutorial that I posted on YouTube. Which now actually that video has like over 1 million views on. Just a little bit of a sidebar, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, on that video I did the solo Easter egg, and people, I don't think they knew that you could do it solo. So that's why I did it. I wanted to try it and do it solo. Plus I didn't have anybody to play with, which is kind of sad here. But I didn't have any zombie friends back then, and not a huge following or anything on YouTube or anything. So I tried to do that one solo, and I made it happen. The difference was there was a couple steps that you need to do in 4-player versus you don't need to do solo. And people were like, oh, I didn't realize you could skip over X, Y, and Z steps. And this is right here me using the time machine to show you guys. It just doesn't take you to infinity mode as I would have expected. It just takes you back right here to the point where I put down the thing, and a couple rounds earlier, and you can still see the orbs are spinning around it, and I was like, damn it. So then I was going to basically go around and get another time machine. So I'll fast forward it right here to the point where I actually get another time machine. But what I think should have happened is they should have made a version where you could do it solo, and you can miss a couple steps and then you can do the other version. Like the shooting range, maybe just make it so you have to complete one area of the shooting range. I think that would have been fair, and it would have been cool to actually see. And I'm kind of bummed they haven't done that since Call of the Dead. Every single Easter egg has to be a 4-player thing, which is really, really stupid in my opinion. But I do enjoy them. They're a lot of fun and stuff, and it's always exciting to try the Easter eggs. But man, it just sucks you can't do it solo. Anyway, here's the last attempt right here. I'm going to show you guys. I'm trying to do this again after I did all the other steps, and then I go ahead and hit the time machine thing, and you'll see it doesn't end up working. But hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and check the playlist in the description for all of my videos for Buried Map. There's over 30 of them. Later, guys. Peace.